What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is about me switching over to CachyOS permanently because of the fact that Shad PS4 will not run on Fedora ever. And the reason it will not run is due to a weird paging file thingy. I can't really remember why, but I've been waiting for some sort of sign that it was going to do some stuff, and it just didn't end up working the way that I wanted it to. And I get it, that's fine, and I'm not really angry or upset or anything. I've been meaning to permanently switch over to CachyOS anyway. Fedora is smooth, solid, and perfect, don't get me wrong. But my main focus when I started this channel was emulation and Linux, so I need to have both on one OS. I mean, switching back and forth is pretty easy. I mean, I have this, and I originally recorded a different intro to this, but for some reason the microphone screwed up, and it's annoying, but I'm re-recording it now. So what I essentially did in a nutshell, while I was on Fedora one last time, is I backed everything up that I needed. So I backed up my Adobe files, so Adobe Photoshop 2023 and Adobe Illustrator. I backed up DaVinci's Resolve. I backed up some of my games and stuff. I backed up my pictures, my music, and I also backed this up and a few other things. And that made life really easy. Now on this, I have everything auto-mounted, which is great. So that's definitely going to help for streams. I can just start things up and go. I also backed up my configs. Where's that? Right here. So the configs I wanted to save, I have backed up. So if I need to, I can just click heroic. It opens up and we have everything here that we need. The only difference is I'm going to have to rediscover my games, but it's fine. Anyway, gonna hit ignore on that one, and we're gonna exit this. Now we are all set up. I hope you enjoy this video of going from, well, I copied the USB over to my drive into ISO. I booted it up, I installed it, and you get to see from installation to finalized setup to what I have here. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so we're in the live environment for the installation of CachyOS, and there's the web browser, and now we need to install this. Where is the thing to install this? System, CachyOS, hello, launch installer. I've not done this for you yet, so consider this an extra video of sorts, you know? We're gonna go with system MD boot. I'm tired of grub, I don't like grub. And grub is eventually being killed off, so yay. I'm actually excited for the death of grub. I'm not going to even try to pretend I'm not. So this is the drive with Fedora, and we're basically completely erasing disk. We're going to go with this. I haven't used this yet. Well, I have, but I haven't used it with the 6.10 kernel. And we're going to go with the plasma, but we're also not installing any of this garbage. I don't like it. I don't want it. And no to you, no to you. No to you, no. Yes, no. I don't know what you are, but I don't want you. Go away. Wallpapers. I'm trying to go for the most base Arch install imaginable. And no to you. Ooh, I really don't like you. And we're also going to go with this, the Gnome desktop environment, because this is what I use most. So we're also going to add the Firefox support, and yeah, other than that, we should be okie dokie artichoke. Workstation and password. Yeah, right, I forgot. CachyOS is a little bit special. It likes to make you longer password, which I'll change when I get into installation. So now we're installing. That's pretty simple, straightforward. easy and simplistic. Honestly, it's a lot easier to understand than you would normally have with things like Linux Mint or Ubuntu, because it's extremely straightforward. I mean, you want to dual boot, you click alongside, install alongside, which was an option way back there. And yeah, there you go. You can install alongside Windows or any other distro you want. Now, this is going to use the fastest mirrors available to you, so this will go pretty darn quick. But you guys don't need me for the rest of this because there's not much left to do beyond it grabbing packages and installing the newest everything, including the 6.10 kernel. Now, there is one change I will be doing. We're moving permanently to the NVIDIA Open drivers because eventually it's going to happen anyway, and 555.5802 fixed that weird performance issue we were having when 555 originally came out. So that's the main reason we're switching now. So I will see you on the desktop. Okay? Okay. All right, so we're on a fresh install now, and everything here is as it should be. Bluetooth is not enabled, so I guess we'll deal with Bluetooth first. And we're going to pin this, and we're going to bring this down. We're going to bring Firefox down. We're going to bring the terminal down. And that is pretty much it. I'm glad that this is here. That makes life a little bit easier. Okay. Ugh. Horrible. Horrible. Fish bad. We're going to get rid of fish here in a second. So what were we doing? We were doing something. I forget what it was. I'm going to keep this open. I know that I need this. This looks fine. Enabling Bluetooth system. CTL. Enable. Now Bluetooth. Done. So now Bluetooth is enabled, and it will be on the next restart as well. We need to grab a few things. So I'm going to clear. I'm going to do yay. Oh, by the way, you need a sudo pacman install yay to use yay. I don't use baru or whatever it's called because I don't like the way that it handles itself. It's kind of annoying. Yay is king. We need extension manager git. And the reason I put in git is because normally it brings up the git, which is number 1. And we need this to install all of our extensions. We don't really have that many extensions to install to begin with, but this makes things a little bit easier. Now, as I said, the main reason for switching to this is because I put emulation first in my life when it comes to computer activities, because I love emulation. I love the growth of emulation. I'm watching emulators go from nothing to something to everything. It's an amazing experience. And that's what I want to do here again. So here we go. It's nice being on an actual no, it didn't work. Please report it. Okay, well, that didn't work. So what we can do instead is do 7, which is the non-git version. I guess the version of git is currently broken, which is normal. Git packages break all the time because it's pulling from master, right? And not everything pushed into master is always complete, which is an expectation you have to have in life. Yay, new mix circle. I'm gonna try to do this as quick as I can so you guys can just have a quick view on how I paint my desktop, as I like to call it. Fill the canvas in. Show my colors, I guess. Yeah. Man, oh man, oh man. I was on Instagram a minute ago, killing time. People are complaining about the actor that plays Frenchie on Toys. Everyone's throwing a fit about the person he used to be instead of the person he is now. People are clowns these days. I honestly don't care what a person's done in his past. As long as he's a good person now, that's all that matters to me. And the people that care more about a person's past than who they are today, they're not the type of people that should be taken seriously by anyone, honestly. They're one giant joke. And it's annoying. Knowing that people like that have a place in this world. Sickening. No common sense. No intelligence. So we have Numic Circle. I will need Gnome tweaks. And I'm going to install that. And yay, Gnome software. Not for updating, for installing things, by the way. There we go. And next I need yay sunroof. I've replaced Vencord with sunroof, by the way. Sunroof seems to be a more stable version of Vesttop, which is very important as a built-in updater as well, but it has more useful plugins for people with bad microphones. Not me, I mean other people with bad microphones. But it also does more than that. It allows you to just have higher quality microphone conversations, and it's really nice. I enjoy it. What else do we need? Yay. Gaming meta. I'm not going to be using the CachyOS version of the game meta because it just does things I don't like. So we're going to be grabbing this instead. I know it's odd, but it is what it is. And at least this way, I won't have to replace wine or have to deal with things interfering. And should be done here in a second. Great. Great, so that definitely works. Okay. But besides that, actually, there is one more thing that we need to do. Yay. Arc. Menu. Git. We'll do that in case something goes horribly wrong with what we're about to do in here. So, first things first, user themes. I don't want to go to the submenu. I want to go to this menu right here. And I want app indicator. Ooh, what is this? Is this the old one that I've always used, or is this the new one? We'll install it and see. It's the one that does not work. Okay, great. Oh, I just saw extensions list. Right there. And I want dash to dock. Right there. And I want blur Michelle. And I want arc menu. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, so this is why I'm doing this. Is because this grabs all the dependencies that this needs. And for some reason, CachyOS doesn't have them. Stock Arch does, but I don't know why CachyOS doesn't. Maybe because they're KDE fanboys. I don't know. But now when we log out and log back in, we should have that ability, which is nice. I want weather. By the way, that was a joke for those people that don't know. So just relax. People have their own version of comedy. Okay? It's a thing. It's a thing that we do. I like how it says whether or not. That's funny. I need to grab media. This one. And last, this one. And that's it. Now we have all of our stuff. And that, and that. I'm going through this as quickly as I can. So try and keep up if you can. You can always pause the video if you need to. Actually, that's supposed to be 80. This is supposed to be 19. This is supposed to be cranked. This is supposed to be 80 as well. That way everything looks fine. And that's done. Next, I'm going to go ahead into dash to dock, telehide off, turn this down to here, appearance, shrink, dots, done. Keep this at the beginning and disable volumes from showing. Other than that, we are missing just perfection. I don't know how I could forget just perfection, because it's honestly the one that I use the most. And it makes everything perfect. The developer of Just Perfection actually commented on my Gnome 47 video. It's always nice to see him. He's a really good guy. And he's very nice to people too, which I really do enjoy a lot. because you don't really see that very often when it comes to developers these days. And it's quite unfortunate. I'm going to set this to 40. And that's finished. And everything else here is done except for this. Now this is a problematic extension. And the reason being is because if I set this to center, it could crash my entire desktop. So 1 second. All right, so by some miracle, it did not crash the DE, which is really, really good. Now, this is a common issue on Blur My Shell, and all you have to do is disable it and re-enable it. And look at that, we're good to go. What I want to do now is head into Ventroy, and I want to... It's not here. Okay, well, let's go in here. Let's make... I think I have wallpaper in here. Another thing that I always do is I go to Preferences, sort folders before files. And honestly, this is a thumbnail, this is a thumbnail, so this is a thumbnail, that's a thumbnail. And I want to put those in here. Sure, let's get rid of those. Now these are just random ass images, ones that I don't need to keep, because I already did the Metro thing, but I am going to actually keep the Halo stuff. Get rid of those. And those can go into wallpapers, which I have here. And I kind of want to just, you notice how I can't right click and set as wallpaper? I think this is just a problem with the way that CachyOS installs Gnome for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, but 99% of the time I have to do this. No, thank you. I want 2 to 36. Actually, I want 2 to 60. There we go. And if this doesn't work, then I'll have to redo it. But it doesn't install a full version of Gnome, which is annoying. Because there's a lot of things in Gnome that are missing from here that I end up using constantly. And I just don't want to... I don't want to have to miss those. And it still is not doing the thing. There we go. Background, that was my fault. There. Alright, since we're on a Halo grind, I decided to put Halo on. There, which is nice. And here we're going to find this. But it still goes to the fact that it doesn't install the full version of Gnome. I actually like the full version of Gnome. Weird, I know. But I am who I am. Now, I need to go and grab my theme, which is White Sir. And we're going to just git clone this. So I'm going to zoom in, git clone, and done. cd White Sir, done. Install -L, done. It's going to grab everything it needs to install this, and after that, we are free to go into here and change everything so that we're all done of setting up our desktop. So appearances, dark, and dark. Done. Over here, I want to enable these. Turn these to the left because I like them on the left. And last thing that I want to do is go to button placement. We're going to just move that over. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab the Arch Linux one. And there we go. Oh, and look at this. Look what's working now. See that? Nice. I'm going to disable that because I don't really need this. We forgot to enable the Numix icons. So that's on us. So it's called Numix Circle. And we need to do one more thing with that, which is sudo Numix folders. Change this to style 4, default blue. And it's done. And now we can close out the terminal. Setting up things is not that hard. Honestly, people over-exaggerate on YouTube about how hard it is to install Arch Linux and get it up and running, getting everything going. Honestly, it's... When I first did it, I got confused here and there. But when I started to realize that most of these issues were my fault, that's when everything changed. Because here's the thing. I screw up all the time. I'm going to admit this. But other people, I've noticed, they don't really screw up and yet they get punished a ton for it, you know? Manjaro users deserve to be punished. No offense to you guys. You guys are just... You install the wrong stuff, unfortunately. And that's not your fault. Heroic launcher. And we want the second bin. So I find it's more up to date than the CachyOS one. Hate me all you want for that, but I've had to remind a developer to update it sometimes. And I've manually updated the package myself, this one, sometimes as well. So there we go. That's installed and ready to go. And now, did you just see that stutter? Yeah, I'm going to show you how to solve that real quick. Because I know a lot of people have it. And it's real easy. What? Impatience. There it is. All you gotta do is just install Impatience. That's it. Now, it's gone. All it does is speed up the animations to the point where it just makes it completely pointless and it's finished. So now I just have to install Photoshop. Now to do this, we need to do wine config first and foremost. Okay. And we need to install the mono. I've got mono. That's not a good thing. Not for you, but for me, it means I now have people who care. I don't think that's how that works. Now that we did that, all we have to do is head into here and grab my files. I am deleting this. Goodbye. And as for these two, we're basically going to copy to home folder, and we're going to copy into here. I think I screwed that up. I did. So we're going to actually have to go and deal with that after it's done. But yeah, this should finish pretty quickly. I have a pretty fast USB drive, but these are smaller files, so it tends to be a little bit slower than normal. All right, so I'm going to correct this. I am going to open this up in a new window. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop all of this into drive C. I'm going to merge. And once that's finished, which it is, we are going to leave Illustrator just like this. We're going to open up Lutris. We're going to let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. It's doing it real slow. Look at it go. Its mother's probably up. And I'm going to do Adobe Photoshop 2023. Because that is honestly the one that I want the most. Because it deals with certain file types that the older one does not. And we go to other location, home. We go into wine. Devices, program files, Adobe, Photoshop, and we choose you right here. Now, a lot of people have asked me to do this, a setup, for a while now that I'm finally getting it done. I hope y'all are happy about that. Wine tricks -q dxvk and vkd3d done. And hopefully this installs without a problem. Sorry about that. It's kind of warm in here without my fan on, and I wanted to have better mic quality for you this time with this video. So that's done, and now we're going to add another one. And Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, some things I still don't know how to spell. 2017. Or as they used to call it, CC. You know, because they're weird like that. And release year 2017. game options, we're going to choose Wine, Illustrator, and this right here. 64-bit. And other than that, let's test this one out. If this doesn't work, I can go and directly choose the other thing. Hit play on this as well. So it failed to communicate because your Photoshop was on a blah blah blah. Okay. So does that mean it's just not going to open? Yeah. See, that happens sometimes. It's very annoying. The problem is, all I need to do to reinstall it is actually to copy the files again and copy them over the original, which isn't that hard to do. Which I'm doing right now, so I'm going to just hit paste on this and merge. And replace. And this should hopefully do it. So I've had this work multiple times on other things as well. The cold air outside is nice. And it's done. Great. Play. And there we go. Now it works. See? Simple and easy. Anybody can actually do it. So now we have Steam, Heroic Game Launcher, Lutris. We have all of our files in here. Now what do we do about DaVinci's Resolve? Well, that's a pretty simple, easy fix as well. I need to add a couple things to Wine there, but yeah. I did make its own folder in here, and if we go into bin, I should be able to just right-click Resolve and hit Run. And because all the files are here and everything is here, it should hopefully just run, unless it needs some stuff. Yeah, so it needs CUDA RT and other stuff, so I just have to reinstall it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna just take this and paste this in here, and I'll get the installation started after, I guess. So we're all moved over. I'll finish the setup later, the rest of everything. I gotta go eat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this answers some questions about my setup and other stuff and how to really get things done. And if it did, leave a comment below. You know my reasons for switching over to this permanently. I'm going to do a video about setting that up and getting that ready to go as well, so you can expect a part 2 to this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.